Good afternoon, one and all. Today we are organizing a session on the exposure visits to an incubation center, for which we have called the training head of Bosch Training, Mr. Parag S. Kavitkar. And it is very immense pleasure to me introduce to Mr. Parag at this platform. So it is a great pleasure to me to introduce our speaker, today's speaker, Mr. Parag S. Kavitkar, who is the training head Bosch Training Center uh, uh, in Bosch on the behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, College of IMT College of Engineering, Greater Noida. And Mr. S. Pragesh Kavitkar is going to deliver a talk to us about the exposure visit to an incubation center. He is working Bosch last 12 years. Before Bosch, he is working with the Honda, Maruti, General Motors, Hyundai, Bajaj, and so many companies he has worked. Now I want to give the platform to the Parag sir. Sir, Parag sir, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. And हमारे लिए भी अच्छी बात होगी जो स्टूडेंट्स के साथ हम इंटरैक्ट करें, नई टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में उनको समझाएं. Thanks for the opportunity. I will sharing my desktop. Once it is available to you, please inform me so that we can start.
Sure, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Okay. So I will putting my system into the presentation mode. So we are going to start or discussing on this webinar point. Welcome to all. I would like to start with a question. What is your future or career plans? Right? I'm taking a few seconds of pause and assuming that everybody is responding to it. The answer will be a better job opportunity, good employability. Either anybody wants to get employment or anybody wants to be an employer, either. So to start with the this thing, right? Hope I am correct on this, right? So to understand in a better, we'll discuss or see the industry trends, how it started and it's continuing. I'm moving to next slide. In this slide, globalization and changing technology landscape demands increased skill level in the automobile service industries. So यहाँ पे जो बदलाव आ रहा है 1999 जो है 1999, it was considering a major landmark or a major change introduced in the Indian market, automotive market. Here we shifted from Euro, or there was a no platform, from Euro 1. So from 1997 we entered Euro 1, then a specific gap of 5 years we keep changing Euro 1 to 2, then 3, then 4, and in the year of 2020 we entered into Euro 6, 4 to 6. So there are a couple of survey we had, KPMG had, or maybe Planning Commission, Institute of Applied Manpower Research. They studied well, say in the year of 14 and 15. This year they have decided the skill development policy, and they, based on the growth applied or very specific equation, they decided by end of 24 to 25 we require that much amount of skilled manpower. Right? What is skilled manpower? Because you know certain things, because you are in this education line since your nursery, KG, first standard, or 12th standard you studied in school, then college, right? So Skill development in the auto sector is a key topic today. A various topic can be learned by reading a book, but certain things can be learned by putting it into a practice. Practice means you need to do it every day, like swimming, cycling, same thing, right? To repair or to understand how things work mechanical, we need to learn certain things which is beyond the book. We have to develop our thinking, we have to develop skill. For that we need to undergo specific webinars or maybe trainings, short trainings, right? So that in your curriculum, third semester, fifth semester, government was also introduced and college is also taking interest to offer 4 weeks training, right? So that you can actually touch and feel the equipments, component used in the industry and understand how it works. That is called hands-on practice, right? So moving on, based on this skill development specific to mechanical or automotive domain, Bosch is a very well-known company. They have their expertise in diesel injection system, high pressure diesel injection system. Till 60 or 1960-65, every system was only a mechanical. So based on the routine practice, 1, 2, or 3 years, anybody can judge what is happening or what part is wrong or who is not working in a right way, so that they can judge, okay, this is the problem, we can replace it and the problem will solve. But gradually 65 onwards, electronic started to be a part of the system, right? And gradually moving towards 1997 or 2000, electronics became a prominent member of the mechanism or system. For that, we say ECU diagnosis. Every vehicle is having a computer, electronic control unit or electronic control module. Right? So identify to diagnose what is happening inside the engine or gearbox or transmission or steering. We need to attach this scanner device and understand what is happening between sensors and actuators. Why fuel pump is, whether fuel pump is working, fuel pump is generating pressure, generating, then how much it is generating, all the data which is available on your screen. So based on a analysis, we can understand where is the problem and from where we need to start to solve the problem. Right? As I said, certain things we can understand by reading book, but to understand specifically, we need to undergo hands-on practice. Right? So majorly 60% of the OE market, OEM in the sense like Maruti, Ashok Leyland, Tata, Hyundai, Mercedes. These are the car manufacturer companies. But in the engine, this high pressure mechanism is fitted based on a fuel. If it is a petrol fuel or gasoline fuel, gasoline system will be used. If it is diesel, then the listed products will be used, either of them. But we are in the year of 2021. So out of most of them are phased out or getting phased out, and 97 onwards, CR system or common rail system is getting more and more in percentage number, right? So here we need to develop our skill to diagnose the skill to understand, skill to read it out via scanner, right? In diesel mechanism also we can understand, because here we have mentioned there are 3-4 major areas, right, where we can get as a employment or as a job opportunity or apna khud, like entrepreneur. You can be an employer, right? You can give employment to couple of people, right? So why Bosch continuously in the leading position? Because it has continuously new technologies are patented. Patented mean by some couple of rules, it will remain with the Bosch for say mentioned number of years. So this technology they can send or share it with Maruti, Mahindra. There are a couple of companies. To few name I have mentioned in the next slide, right? So in Bosch we say there is no car without Bosch. Bosch means either of the mechanism you will have a fitted to the vehicle system. It could be a steering, it could be engine, right? In engine, diesel injection system, fuel injection system for low pressure, high pressure, there are a couple of, right? So this continuous innovation of new technology is being patented. Hmm. Second, they have a business of part parts and service. As I said, vehicle need to be sold out via generating invoice to a customer. But this can be a one time activity. गाड़ी को एक ही बार बेचा जाएगा लेकिन सर्विस 10 या उससे ज्यादा बार की जाएगी. हो सकता है एक एक व्हीकल साल में 10 बार खराब हो रहा है. So the aftermarket service business is still there and it need some expansion, deep penetration. If you say every showroom, every field workshop is available in Delhi, then other interior parts of NCR or maybe Haryana or maybe Punjab side, vehicle will travel from Leh to Kanyakumari. While driving, if anything happens, then a specific skilled person can understand what is the problem and repair the problem, right? So it can be one of the business. There are a couple of other companies which are under the umbrella of Bosch, acquired competency from the company, technology, right? So that they can understand, develop further. Okay. So couple of companies are still there in the market with the couple of equipments used in the workshops where we repair our car or diagnose our car, right? Any specification also be a part of your, like air conditioning, vehicle is fitted with air conditioner, right? So this equipment shown in this picture, we are giving training on how it works, right? Like gas, for example, the gas, refrigerant gas is R134A. If we release from the pipe or a AC unit, it will spoil the environment. So this equipment is required so that we can recover gas from vehicle system to a tank. We can filter it and again pour it into vehicle system. So there was a no environment or pollution happen or environmental damage happen, right? So by practicing or putting good thing into practice, you can avoid any part or any damage to the environment, right? So it can be a very specialized this thing, right? We can undergo this training and we can start our own business also, right? We can think in other way also, not only for getting job, but if we can be entrepreneur, then we can give job to others also, right? So after sales is a very huge potential. Moving ahead, there are a couple of milestones from where Bosch grew, evolved into a technological icon. Since 1902, they started their production or involvement into automotive industry. The first product was high voltage magneto spark plug. I think spark plug is everybody is aware of. चाहे टू व्हीलर हो, थ्री व्हीलर हो, फोर व्हीलर हो, अगर ये पेट्रोल के व्हीकल हैं तो स्पार्क प्लग तो लगना ही लगना है. So couple of areas we have been there. People know, अच्छा अच्छा spark Bosch मतलब माइको spark plug वाले. This is how people keep remind. Okay, so from there 1913 complete electrical mechanism, 27 diesel injection for vehicle or car, for trucks, electronic gasoline injection 1967, 78 ABS, 1995 stability program, right? It was introduced in 1995, but in India it has started as a part of a common this thing. I think 17 Volkswagen went to has started 17 or maybe 16, right? So now here onward ESP can be a major or common part of a vehicle. It's a safety mechanism. So 80% fewer skidding accidents if a car is fitted with ESP stability program. Rainy season में रोड खराब है, राइट, तो ब्रेक लगने के बाद व्हीकल स्किड होता है. सो ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैकेनिज्म है, कंप्यूटर कंट्रोल करता है. सो वी नीड टू लर्न हाउ थिंग्स वर्क इन द व्हीकल, राइट. Moving to next slide. There are a couple of other areas where Bosch has their footprint. One of the major was 1997. Company has introduced common rail high pressure diesel direct injection, right? So here 30% less fuel consumption, 25% less fuel CO2, less fuel CO2, and 50% more torque. This was introduced in 1997. So you can just Google it out and search what was the diesel fuel price in the year of 1997. December, January, I remember around 10 or 11 rupees per liter. Per liter, 11 rupees per liter. To be precise, it was 10 rupees 50 paise. So other vehicles with conventional mechanism, they were used to around 10 kilometers per liter or 12 kilometers per liter, where in case vehicle introduced with this mechanism CRS, Hyundai Accent CRDI, it used to give around 25 kilometers per liter. 25 kilometers per liter. You can imagine. And addition to that, less CO2 and more torque. Powerful, right? Then gasoline direct injection, then 2007 start stop mechanism, right? At a traffic light, right? Our vehicle in a parked condition as far as movement is concerned. So they have introduced a system. If sensor identifies engine running without vehicle movement, so they invented a new or created a new innovation that in this situation engine should be stopped, no fuel consumption, right? So 8% fuel consumption less and less CO2 8%, right? This required in urban driving areas where pollution is a major concern, right? Moving ahead with 2009 emergency braking, predictive, right? So here we require something additional we'll talk about in upcoming slides, right? So prevent serious rear end collision, right? 10 onwards hybrid drive means addition to fuel there could be a electricity option, so that vehicle for a couple of time or couple of kilometer will run on electricity, then automatically IC engine will switched on. So it can run with a hybrid application, electricity plus fuel. So battery start dropping up to a certain level of drop charge, IC engine will automatically start, right? Then in 12, they developed safety, stability control for motorcycles, because motorcycles run on a two-wheeler, or it known as a two-wheeler because of two wheels. So balancing, again, we need to develop a skill, right? Everybody cannot drive cycle. If anybody can drive cycle, they can easily drive two-wheeler motorcycle, kinetic, Activa, etc. Right? So while taking a turn, right? If technology supports you, right? Then lesser accident can be there, lesser damage can be there, right? So this stability control modulator introduced in 12. So from 21 or 22 onwards, this system can be part of a motorcycle, right? So such milestones and inventions from Bosch will enable knowledge update on technology. So update is a part of continuous improvement, right? Every day we need to learn something to understand technology in a better way, right? आगे बढ़ते हैं. आपके कुछ भी क्वेश्चंस है तो आप चैट बॉक्स में डालते रहिए. एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन आई विल आंसर देम. बॉश का कस्टमर बेस देखिए. कस्टमर we can define who is whose customer, or we need to understand who is who customer. So Bosch is providing this kind of a innovative technology. It could be ABS, it could be fuel injection system, it could be diagnosis system to various companies. Couple of their names, logos I have just added here to understand where we can get opportunity, right? Mahindra, Tata, Bajaj, Ford, Maruti, right? Every company is using diesel fuel injection system, engine management system for gasoline and for petrol, brake, ABS, electrical starter motor generator, steering, to these companies. So the companies are OE, and they have their own channel called OECD, right? Moving ahead, to understand more about the automobile, we need to understand various systems. Car is made up of various systems. Gasoline system. If fuel is petrol, then gasoline system is used. In gasoline system, earlier technology, only carburetor were used to fed mixture, combustible mixture to the engine. But over the period of time, it is identified that by using this carburetor mechanism, we are getting more pollution and other problems. But pollution was at a high line. So they changed their technology to injection mechanism, gasoline injection system. Right? Likewise, we have a system for diesel. So in diesel, again, the family is very big, conventional, then gradual increment, then partial mechanical and partial governing is electronics. But in current area, 2006 onwards or 8 onwards, they have a CRS mechanism. Right? Every vehicle is fitted with CRS. So CRS is made up of couple of sensors, say 10 sensors, 12 sensors in engine, one control unit, and couple of actuators. Right? Again, starter motor and generator. This can be a very specialized subject, right? How required energy generated from electricity to mechanical engineer, mechanical part, then how mechanically belt driven alternator or starter motor generator can recharge the battery and provide electricity to entire vehicle, right? Chassis system, suspension, brakes, right? Safety systems we can add here. Steering system, electrical drives can be there. Brake we discussed, and addition to that, car multimedia. सो कार का फोटो बीच में है, लेकिन कार कितने चीजों से बनी है वो मैंने सराउंडिंग में टाइटल किया है, टैग किया है. सो हियर दिस डिमांड्स एडवांस डायग्नोस्टिक इक्विपमेंट्स टू नो हाउ टू रिपेयर. पहले तो उसको समझना पड़ेगा, तब हम जाके उसको कोई ठीक कर पाएंगे. वंस अपॉन अ टाइम वर्कशॉप में मिस्त्री को सब कुछ मालूम होता था, अदर पर्सन को नहीं मालूम होता था, बिकॉज मिस्त्री यूज्ड टू वर्क बाय पुटिंग हिज टाइम in a daily practice. He was a expert. But when electronics come into picture, scenario has changed a bit, right? So this we need to learn by putting in some hands-on practice activities, right? Because electronics can be a around 35%, more than 35% of a internal integral part of the vehicle. Even two-wheelers also, Hero Honda, Bajaj, they are fitted with TVS, they are fitted with some electronic equipments. ECM, injector, definitely motorcycle is with a single cylinder engine, so they have a one injector only. Ignition, circuit, controlled by ECM, right? So we need to lean towards self-development, right? Knowledge, workshops, education, training, seminars, skill, learning and improvement. This can be a give you, this all parameters can give you a self-development. We need to evolve. Then only we can understand technology in a better way. Right? Moving ahead, there is one more new technology which is upcoming or just introduced last year. Hope couple of you remember the vehicle introduced in the Times of India newspaper. First page was a full vehicle photograph. MG Gloucester. So the Gloucester vehicle is fitted with ADAS as advanced driver assistance system. Yeah. So now we are supporting driver to drive in a good condition. Condition means without accident, or can support to driver to avoid accidents. Right? So stability program, ABS, LDW, ACC, traction control, a couple of name, right? So this can be identified by putting some couple of sensors into vehicle. So it rely upon inputs from multiple data source. For example, automotive imaging, lidar mechanism, radar, sensors, image processing mechanism, cameras, maybe front side, maybe rear side, or maybe both side. You can say 360-degree view, right? And inside the car there is a networking, like what we have internet. We all are connected through internet, so it's a networking. So inside the vehicle there are a couple of control units are there in the vehicle. For example, 11 control units are there. So all 11 electronic control units are connected to ECM via networking channel, right? So it consider real time and supports quickly by getting multiple inputs prioritized on any, you can say, incoming information which can prevent accident. Okay, so there is a lot of information. I will not go line by line, but they have introduced up to level 2 so that they can assist level 2 or 3. They can assist driver to control the vehicle, alarm, or any display mechanism, right? But or to support in a parking specifically. So couple of sensors or cameras are there. They can support to driver how much steering wheel can turn, and vehicle can be easily parked in a small area, right? All this can be shared to driver screen, right? From 5 onwards, level 5 onwards, it is saying that they are saying that it can be a fully autonomous, but it may take some time, right? Because other infrastructure is also required for this level 5 vehicles. Maybe in coming years, coming 5 to 10 years, it can be a reality, right? So it has got two active and passive this thing. So couple of their features are active system, and couple of are them passive system. Lane keeping assistant, take control of driver intervention whenever required. Driver's intervention, they'll ask the driver to hold the steering wheel so that your lane, driving lane, can be maintained. If you are moving here and there on the road, right, what will happen if somebody is coming in a high speed from the behind? It may get collided to your vehicle, or accident can happen, right? So it is more relevant, mm, more advanced electronics is involved, right? But it is steadily increasing in the industry, right, to give quality and safety standards. Okay, so moving to next, by photograph we can understand how they can consider advanced. Earlier only rear view camera used to be there, because a driver cannot understand if it's a huge vehicle like Toyota or Fortuner. If somebody is standing there at a backside back door, right, he cannot understand by sitting at a driver's seat. So as and when he put vehicle into reverse gear, there is a camera fitted on a top, and by that camera, your multimedia screen converted into a screen, camera screen. So you can get an idea who is there, right? If nobody is there, you can move the vehicle. But if somebody is there and you are not aware of that, accident can happen. Accident means that vehicle can be uh, matlab, hit to any wall or any pole. If somebody get injured, that is also part of a accident. Then it was a past, right? So only single blind spot were addressed, only single blind spot while taking vehicle back. What is present? They have a surround view. Surround view means they have a front, rear, and side, 360-degree, right? This provides bird's eye view, vehicle surroundings. So if somebody is coming from back and passing very, keeping low margin to your vehicle, even in this condition, driver gets alert that somebody is moving very fast, and very less distance is in between your and that vehicles. Okay, and what can be a future? It can be autonomous. Autonomous means a self-driving car. Without driver, car can be driven by giving some instructions. So here GPS, right, can be a part of a technology. So it can be a future. So we will have to wait and watch for that technology. It is not that it is not ready. There are a couple of companies, those who have already tested the vehicle, right? Like Maruti, they have tested on a Maruti Reeds with the help of lidar cameras, the vehicle driven in a specified area. So it's under testing. So from here onward, 5 to 10 years, we may have the future or autonomous driving vehicles, right? It is a future of ADAS. Currently, we have at a level 2 or a level 3, but here onwards. So we have a system called engine, steering, brake, safety systems. But addition to that, these systems are added, newly added, integrated. So if you are using a Samsung phone, can you use Apple phone? So answer is yes. By putting some time or investing some time into practice, definitely you can understand the working of iPhones, right? So moving to next, a small example how things work in ADAS mechanism. A picture shows steering wheel, and behind the steering wheel, at the very near to that, there is a screen, mileometer screen. Here, by animation, a road lane depicted and a 62 number is there. Means vehicle moving at a 62 km per hour speed, and there is a other car in front of the area, front area. That vehicle is also moving by a certain speed. So sensors from this car will understand the distance, and for example, say 25-meter distance is a safe distance to brake from this 62 speed. Gradually computer, for example, first sensor decides what is the distance. For say example, 80 meters distance is there. Then gradually rear vehicle is moving fast in compared to front vehicle. So gradually this distance become 25. Then ECM computer will take a decision to reduce the speed, right? So the vehicle enters into a torque control mode. Fuel is controlled, and by controlling fuel, vehicle speed is controlled. Addition to that, brake is also applied where in case is required. Okay, so this is how system will work to support driver. Driver is driving the vehicle, controlling steer, clutch, brake, accelerator, everything. But addition to safety, this added sensors or mechanism is incorporated, integrated to the main system. Adaptive cruise control, ACC. Okay. So what are the expectations, right? So there is a car photo and other one diagnostic tool photo. So there are a couple of area we can, based on our interest, we can learn by involving into trainings, skill development, right? Get ourselves trained in incubation centers, etc. So starting from diesel, gasoline engine and fuel injection systems. Based on a two various fuel, we have a difference in engines and difference in systems, injection systems. Gasoline injection can work on only 5 bar pressure, only 5 bar pressure, where in case diesel pressure in a conventional system around 400 bar. In a next system, it can be around 750 bar. And in case of CR mechanism, we have a various stages. First stage we have around 1400, second stage we have around 1600 bar pressure, third we have 1800 bar, and what is expected, it is around 2400 bar. Maybe it will take around 3 years here onwards, but 2000 and 2200 bar system is already introduced in say Mercedes, in couple of premium segment. So high pressure injection reduces the or atomizes the fuel in a such a way after burning there is a less amount of emission. So Earlier 400 bar pressure, now we are at 2000 bar pressure. So how this pressure is generating this much of high number? So we need to understand by putting ourselves into hand practice sessions. Addition to that, we have a common rail mechanism. Here around 10 to 15 sensors are there. One ECU is there and one or couple of actuators are there. So how this system temperature is a degree centigrade number, but via a sensor converting into voltage informed to ECM. Then ECM will convert into or change data into lesser amount of fuel or high amount of fuel. So according to temperature number 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, fuel is changed. At a 30 degree, fuel is injected in a more quantity. At a 90 degree, fuel is injected in a lesser quantity, right? So this change we need to understand. Likewise, pressure, RPM, load, in which gear we are driving, everything is decided to take the decision. Accelerator, pedal, there are a couple of parameters we understood. I mean ECM understood and then decides what amount of fuel is required by cater this torque, speed, power, etc. Next is electric or hybrid vehicle system, right? Trend is changing. You can take in any newspaper or Google or YouTube, they are informing more about upcoming two-wheeler models, companies, right? So as we mentioned in the year of 1997 or 2000, around 10 or 15 rupees per liter. Today, they touched around 95 to 100 rupees. So fuel cost per liter is getting higher and higher. So the alternate IC engine will be there. It won't spare, right? But addition to that, what are the newer technologies? So that is electric, that is hybrid application, right? In hybrid application, IC engine and gearbox will be there. Okay. So any specialization area? Yes, ABS and stability program. This can be only brakings, only safe brakings. On advanced safety, that is airbag or stability program, right? Airbag is required in vehicle. In case of accident, a big air balloon is deployed in front of passenger chest and avoids any fatal injury to passenger. Hmm? So it is required, but in case it will apply, it will not be there in day-to-day life, right? It is required, but in case of accident, it must deploy. Start, stop technology. In case in a traffic vehicle is standing or parking condition, engine is consuming fuel, emission is generated. To handle this scenario, they have introduced start, stop technology. Sensor identifies idling sensor for 5 seconds and understands from vehicle speed sensor there is no movement. So engine dies. When you press the clutch pedal, engine automatically starts. No need to put on ignition. चाबी घुमाने की जरूरत नहीं है. And further, keeping all in mind, advanced ECU diagnosis. Right? ECU diagnosis. For this, we need a scanning device, which can be an interface device, interface tool, can be connected to every vehicle, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, six-wheeler, and selecting company, engine type, fuel type, we can diagnose couple of them, right? Why engine is not starting? Why engine is not giving good mileage? Why engine is not erratic behaving, right? More vibrations are feel. So this can be diagnosed by ECU or scanner. Right? ECU can support us to give all the data on computer laptop screen, and by analyzing the screen on desktop, we can understand where is the problem and from which assembly we can start. Okay, so just a message: internet is a very good source of information, but we need to understand whether that information is authentic, genuine, right? Because it is available to every phone. So it's a good opportunity to learn about new trends. But we need to understand other side also. The challenge is to give students hands-on practice, right? By understanding or going through mobile about any new technology is a good. You are very near to information, but when it comes to a practice, hands-on practice, skill development, here we need to take a different step, right? Moving to next, together we can bring success, right? Trainings at incubation center, at institute, advanced equipments. It could be any. I'll just give you a few names: air conditioning mechanism, wheel alignment balancing mechanism, auto electric or starter motor generator mechanism, right? Or engine diagnosis, right? In the last picture, we are performing some couple of testings on a engine to understand what is the problem, how it can be diagnosed. But for diagnosis process, we need to perform various tests on the vehicle so that we can conclude in a good condition this can be results, and in a bad condition this can be. So here computer or a data can support us. A software is having all the specifications, right? By putting or doing test, we'll get results, good or bad, that we will decide. If we compare our results, performed results, with the specifications, then we can come to know if it is working okay or it is partially not okay or totally dead, right? So all these three, if we involve, right, training set, getting trained, latest equipments, advanced trainings on vehicle, hands-on vehicle, together we can achieve more, right? To get skill title, right? To get skill title, this red portion is passed here. If it is bridge is complete, then you are a skilled person, right? Okay. Moving to next, can be a question or answer session. If anything, you can put it into chat box or you can ask by unmuting, or anybody wants any specific slide to understand, I will repeat in. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर कोई क्वेश्चंस है चैट बॉक्स में?
Okay. No, sir. I am not. I cannot see any question here, sir. If any question, we will
Okay.
ask you, sir, later on WhatsApp or on email, sir. We can contact with you if some students
Sure,
or some
sure.
have any query regarding this. So this
Sure.
is okay. So this is your presentation finished, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
was my last slide, and
Okay.
by
Thank you so much,
by
sir.
this slide, जी सर
Thank
कुछ
you.
कह रहे थे?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to say something, sir? If you want to say something.
Yeah, we are. I will pass a message to you. We are planning couple of online trainings, right? And if anybody wants to participate, I will share a message email to you. You can pass it on to them.
Okay, sir. Definitely, we will pass it on, sir. Sir, thank you so much, sir. Your presentation was very nice, fabulous presentation, and there are a lot
Thank you.
of learnings in the area of automobile sectors.
Yes,
And you focused mainly 3 4 points. I want to review that point. You
please, please.
focused the you focused on the historical development of the automobile sector. Sir, you focused on the involvement of the electronics in the modern vehicle system. You
Yes,
focused on the development of the hybrid vehicles in the today's scenarios, as the we are facing the problems of the fuels in the current scenario. Sir, you focused on various points. You have focused very much on the skill development through the incubation center. Sir, you
yes,
focused on the startup through how a student can start
def
his own startup with the help of the incubation center.
definitely.
You also focused on the entrepreneurship, how a student can be entrepreneur through the incubation center, and
Yes,
how our student become more innovative, and how he can become more innovative in the area of the automobile sector.
definitely.
So thank you so much, sir. Your presentation was very nice, sir. So first of all, I would like to thanks my sincere thanks to the Parag sir, who spared a lot of time to us and from his busy schedule. Next, I would like to present my thanks to our management, IMD group of colleges. I want to express my sincere thanks to my director, Dr. Gaurav Sinha, Director, IMD College of Engineering, Greater Noida. I would like to express my thanks to Dr. Sanjay Pujori, President of IIC, Institutional Innovation Council. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Saswat Das sir, who guided me at every step how to organize this event. I want to express my sincere thanks to all my colleagues, to my all HODs who guided me regarding this. I want to express my sincere thanks to my digital team in organizing this event. I want to sincere thanks to my all faculties, staffs, my students also. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity.